You just learn to deal with the pain, and all day it didn't stop. It would get worse as the day would progress. And I put up with it, would go to the doctor and would get anti-inflammatories, and it would help a little bit, but this is the way it went for many years. Lab assistant full-time, and which meant you were standing a lot. But the symptoms just they just didn't go away, and new symptoms kept coming on. Fatigue, all types of symptoms, tingling in the hands and feet, dropping things, backaches, just everything. There wasn't a part of my body that didn't hurt. Finally, I guess around 2001, my doctor suggested I go on disability. But at that time, she kept sending me back to work after a couple of weeks, which didn't work with the insurance company. I had to be off 6 months consecutively, and then hopefully they would take the claim. Which back, I guess it would be 2002, January, I got up one morning and very sore, very tired. I got ready for work. It was a snowstorm. It took me 45 minutes to get about a mile down the road from the house, and I thought, I can't do this anymore. Turned around, went back home, and went back to the doctor's. So we went for the disability. I was off for the 6 months. I guess I always felt that I can do it. There's nothing wrong. I can get through this. The doctor could never give me a proper diagnosis for what was wrong either. It was June of 1999 that they diagnosed fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. But still, the insurance companies don't always acknowledge that. It would be, well, there's nothing to prove. There's no test that they can do that proves that this is what it is, so why should we believe it? And when the doctor finally suggested again, let's go for the disability, I thought, okay, if you feel that it's right, I'll try. So the 6 months went by and everything was fine. I was on my short term from work, had to apply for long-term disability, which was approved. They sent me to one of their own doctors, and he approved it. For that length of time, it was just under 2 years, about a year and a half. It was stressful because you're constantly dealing with the insurance company and verifying that nothing has changed and you still feel the same way, and they make you feel very uncomfortable. It's very intimidating. Apparently they did film me going shopping one afternoon. They followed me through the grocery store, watched what I did. I could bend down. I could lift my arms up to get something up high. They followed me home. They documented how long it took me, and I had no idea that they were doing it. When I got the letter, I was really upset because it's like your privacy is being invaded. And even though I could do those things, I was still in constant pain. You just learn to deal with the pain and carry on. You can't sit, can't lie down all the time. It was just a form letter that they felt that due to my claim was coming up for either to be accepted as full-time or denied. And it was a letter to state that they didn't feel that I had a case that would qualify for full-time disability. This was their reasons. They suggested that I go to previously they suggested that I go to a rehabilitation, what do they call them? The sports things, where they test you to see how how you are. Apparently I came through that quite well. And it was after that they'd sent me the letter that they had been watching me grocery shop. They had their results back from this test and everything, and they felt that I could work at certain jobs, possibly part-time. And my claim would not be approved. I burst into tears. I said, "You can't do this to me," on the phone to the fellow I was dealing with. because by this time I knew that I couldn't go back to work. I couldn't even get through a day without lying down and sleeping, and even I noticed my driving was affected by it. Concentration was affected. It just seemed that every part of my life was affected by the fibromyalgia. And it wasn't anything you could pinpoint and say, okay, today this is how you're going to be. It was there. You could have a good day and then 3 bad days. And my thought of financially, how are we going to cope? I was scared. Felt worthless. That you'd watch people go to work and you think, well, I can't do that anymore, and you just feel your self-worth going. And it was through talking to, actually it was the human resources person from work, when I told them about what had happened with the claim, she suggested I go to a lawyer. I thought I was only going to get another bill that I wouldn't be able to pay. I thought they're going to charge, they want their money, of course, they're not going to work for nothing, and I just don't have the funds to pay for this. I got the phone book out, and I looked through the ads for the lawyers, and then I realized that there are lawyers that will work, that won't collect unless they get you a settlement. David Scher's ad in the phone book just appealed to me. The way it was set up, there was confidence. I felt there was confidence there, trust, and they were the only ones that I called. And when I made the appointment and I came in with all my documents that I had, and he looked them through and he said, definitely you have a case. I just felt like a weight had been lifted. I didn't have to do anything. They were going to do it, which was wonderful, because all this time you're dealing with the insurance and they're putting you through the 3rd degree. So David Scher and his employees here, they set up everything. They dealt with the insurance company, they dealt with the doctors, whoever they had to deal with. They sent me the notice of the hearing, and they gave me a tape to watch to see exactly how it would work and what would happen. Through this, they kept, if you have any questions, call us, don't hesitate. But I was amazed at the way it was handled. They were terrific. I managed to, with what they gave me, I was able to pay off my mortgage and do some renovations on the house that made it a lot easier to look after and to clean and that. And I've got the highest praise for them and the way they work. It's amazing. I've recommended them to a lot of people that I know. Very, very pleased.